بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ آن ایئر ود ارشد بھٹی میں آپ کو خوش آمدید کہتے ہیں۔ کیسے ہیں آپ کے موڈ کیسے ہیں، آپ کے مزاج کیسے ہیں؟ میں آپ کا ہوسٹ و دوست ارشد بھٹی ہوں۔ اللہ رب کریم سے دعا کرتے ہیں خدا رب کریم آپ کو خوش رکھے، سلامت رکھے، ہنستا مسکراتا رکھے۔ اللہ رب کریم آپ کو آسانیاں عطا فرمائے اور آسانیاں تقسیم کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرمائے، آمین ثم آمین۔ کینیڈا میں تین ویسے پارٹیز ہیں۔ اگر فیڈرلی اگر آپ دیکھیں تو کنزرویٹو پارٹی ہے اور لبرل پارٹی ہے اور این ڈی پی ہے۔ ابھی الیکشن میں کچھ دن باقی ہیں، لیکن کنزرویٹو پارٹی کے حوالے سے اگر دیکھیں تو لوگوں کا خیال ہے کہ اس سے بڑی پاپولر ہے اور شاید لبرل اتنی پاپولر نہیں ہے۔ ظاہر ہے ہر چیز الیکشن کے بعد ہی سامنے آتی ہے کہ الیکشن کا رزلٹس کیا آتا ہے۔ اس وقت ٹروڈو گورنمنٹ ہے اور تھرڈ ٹرم ہے ان کی، اور اس کے بعد کیونکہ این ڈی پی کا ان کو بھرپور ساتھ ہے تو ان کی گورنمنٹ جو ہے وہ آرام سے سیل کر رہی ہے اور اپنا وقت بھی شاید پورا ہی کرے گی، اور اس کے بعد ٹائم پہ جو ہیں وہ الیکشن ہوں گے۔ کنزرویٹو پارٹی کے جو نئے لیڈر تھے پیر پولیئر، ان کے آنے کے بعد تھوڑا سا فرق ضرور پڑا پارٹی میں، کہتے ہیں کہ انرجی زیادہ اس میں آ گئی ہے، اور پھر ان کا کنزرویٹو پارٹی کا جو کامن سینس پلان کو بہت زیادہ انہوں نے جو ہے ایلیبوریٹ کیا۔ ویسے آج 3 جون ہے اور 3 جون کو جو کنزرویٹو لیڈر ہیں، فیڈرل کنزرویٹو لیڈر ہیں پیر پولیئر، ان کی آج سالگرہ کا دن بھی ہے۔ وہ 3 جون 1979 کو پیدا ہوئے تھے، تو ان کو ہیپی برتھ ڈے بھی کہتے ہیں، اور آج کیونکہ ان کی سالگرہ ہے اور اتفاق سے آج پروگرام بھی اسی حوالے سے پچھلے دنوں ایک ایتھنک میڈیا راؤنڈ ٹیبل ہوئے تھی مساگا میں، اس کی آج ہم کچھ تفصیل اور ریکارڈنگ جو ہے وہ آپ کے لیے پیش کریں گے۔ کیمرہ مین ہمارے ساتھ صابر گائے تھے۔ کنزرویٹو کا جو پلان ہے، خاص طور پر 3 چیزوں پہ بہت زیادہ بات کرتے ہیں۔ ایکس دا ٹیکس، وہ کہتے ہیں ٹیکس کم ہونا چاہیے، مور ہاؤسز جو ہیں وہ بلڈ ہونے چاہیے، اور کرائم کو کس طرح سے جو ہے وہ کنٹرول کیا جا سکتا ہے، اور اس میں جو کار تھیفٹ ہے یا باقی معاملات ہیں اس کے اوپر خاصی وہ بات کرتے ہیں۔ اور ان کا خیال ہے کہ کاربن ٹیکس جو ہے وہ جس کی وجہ سے بہت پرابلم ہو سکتی ہیں، اور ٹیکس لوگوں پہ زیادہ نہیں لگانا چاہیے۔ مختلف پلان ان کے ہیں۔ اس میں ایتھنک میڈیا کی خاصی تعداد جو ہے وہ جب بھی ان کی راؤنڈ ٹیبل ہوتی ہے خاصی تعداد میں لوگ شرکت کرتے ہیں، اور خاص طور پہ اس حوالے سے جو خاص طور پہ اس پریس کانفرنس میں جو بات ہوئی، ایک تو ٹیکسز کے حوالے سے تھی، ٹرکنگ کے حوالے سے تھی، ریفیوجیز کے حوالے سے تھی، اسٹوڈنٹس کے حوالے سے تھی، اور بہت سے معاملات پہ جو ہے انہوں نے تفصیلی جو ہے وہ گفتگو کی اور مختلف سوالات کے جو ہے انہوں نے جواب دیے۔ تو ہم نے کہا کہ آپ تک اس کے ریکارڈنگ جو ہے وہ پہنچا دیں۔ الیکشن جب بھی ہوں گے ہمیشہ ہم یہ بات کیا کرتے ہیں، ابھی لاسٹ ویک ہمارا جو پروگرام تھا اس میں جیسے میئر مساگا کیرولین پیرش کا انٹرویو ہم نے کیا تھا، اور بھی بہت سے امیدوار ہیں جو مساگا کے میئر کے لیے جو ہیں وہ کانٹیسٹ کر رہے ہیں۔ ایڈوانس پولنگ تھی 1 اور 2 تاریخ کو، تو جو بھی الیکشن ہو اس میں پارٹیسپیشن جو ہے ضرور ہونی چاہیے، سبھی کی ہونی چاہیے۔ ایز اے رسپانسبل کینیڈین جو ہے یہ فرض بھی ہے آپ کا کہ آپ لازمی جو ہے الیکشن میں حصہ لیں۔ 10 جون کو جو ہے جو لوگ مساگا میں رہتے ہیں وہ میئر کے، اور وارڈ 5 کے بھی الیکشن ہو رہے ہیں مساگا میں، تو ضرور جو لوگ اس وارڈ 5 میں رہتے ہیں یا مساگا میں رہتے ہیں تو ووٹ آپ ضرور ڈالیں۔ اسی طرح سے جب فیڈرل الیکشن ہوں گے، پروونشل الیکشن اس کے بعد ہوں گے، ظاہر ہے اب اس وقت تو میجورٹی گورنمنٹ ہے کنزرویٹو کی، اور فیڈرلی جو الیکشن ہوں گے اگلے سال ہوں گے، تو اس میں بھرپور شرکت بھی کیجیے گا، اور ہاؤ نو بھی آپ کو سسٹم کی ہونی چاہیے، اور جو پولیٹیکل سسٹم ہے اس میں شامل بھی ہوا کیجیے، کیونکہ بہت ساری چیزیں جو ہیں آپ کو اس میں سیکھنے کو ملتی ہیں۔ ہمارا سسٹم، اور اگر ہم بیک ہوم کی بات کریں وہاں کا پولیٹیکل سسٹم اور یہاں کے پولیٹیکل سسٹم میں خاصا فرق ہے۔ جب تک آپ انگیج خود نہیں ہوتے ہیں آپ کو بہت ساری چیزوں کو پتہ نہیں چلتا۔ ووٹ بھی ضرور ڈالیں، لیکن یہ بھی دیکھیں کہ سسٹم چل کیسا رہا ہے۔ تو آج اسی حوالے سے آپ کے لیے جو میڈیا راؤنڈ تھی، خاص طور پہ ان کی ایتھنک میڈیا کے ساتھ جو راؤنڈ ٹیبل تھی، اس کی ہم نے ایک پروگرام اسپیشلی آپ کے لیے تیار کیا ہے، اور اس پروگرام کو آپ تک پیش کریں گے، اور اس میں بہت ساری چیزیں ایسی ہیں جو شاید انفارمیشن ہمیں نہیں ہوتی ہے، لیکن جب لیڈر کے تھرو پتہ چلتا ہے تو بہت ساری چیزیں ایسی آتی ہیں کہ نئی چیزیں بھی دیکھنے کو ملتی ہیں۔ تو آئیے اس پروگرام کی ریکارڈنگ آپ کے لیے پیش کرتے ہیں۔
As you know, after 9 years, Justin Trudeau is not worth the cost, crime, and corruption. After 9 years of Trudeau, everything is broken. Everything costs more. Work doesn't pay. Housing costs have doubled. We now have 76% of young people believe they will never be able to afford a home. Toronto became the worst housing bubble in the world, according to UBS Bank in 2022. Vancouver remains the third most overpriced housing market in the world when you compare incomes to home prices, which have risen nationwide 40% faster than wages. That's the worst gap of any country in the G7, the second worst of almost 40 OECD countries. And it's a real human, it's not just numbers, it's human suffering. Toronto, can you believe this? Toronto has added 50 homeless encampments in 3 months. 50 homeless encampments in 3 months, to bringing the total to 256 in our richest and biggest city. And then there's the crime, the chaos, the drugs and disorder. Our streets are turning into war zones. Machine guns spraying bullets in White Rock, British Columbia. Shootings right out in the open. Carjackings out of this world. Our businesses receiving extortion letters saying, pay up or we're going to shoot up your child's bedroom in the middle of the night. These are stories we never imagined we would hear in Canada. It sounds like we're in a third world country. I was just at a business earlier today, and the owner was showing me the gates that he's putting up in his home, so that if people break into the house, there'll be another gate keeping them out of his bedroom. He has an actual gate to separate his bedroom from the rest of the house, so that when that alarm system goes off at 2 in the morning, a burglar who might be coming to do harm will at least be held back from going into the room and killing him and his wife. These are things that people used to do in extremely dangerous third world countries, but they came to Canada to get away from all of that. And that's what Canada was, a safe haven for our people years ago. It was a place where anyone from anywhere could do anything, where hard work paid off, where it didn't matter where you came from, it mattered where you were going. It didn't matter who you knew. It mattered what you could do. That's the reason my wife came here as a refugee. And it's the reason why countless others do the same every year. But now people are going back in the other direction. I don't know if you saw this article in the CBC. The number of Canadians leaving to the U.S., up 70%. And the number one cause, according to this CBC article, I was really surprised to see this in CBC, people are trying to get away from Trudeau. They can't afford him. They said that we don't want to stay in this country as long as he's Prime Minister, raising taxes, attacking businesses, shutting down housing construction, unleashing crime in our communities. But the good news is life was not like this before Justin Trudeau, and it won't be like this after he's gone. We're going to turn the hurt that he's caused into the hope that Canadians need, with a common sense plan to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. We will axe the carbon tax to lower gas, heat, and grocery bills. We'll lower income taxes so you bring home more of each dollar you earn and hard work pays off. But to cut taxes, we have to fix the budget with a dollar-for-dollar law that will require we find an equal amount of savings for every new amount in spending. We'll cut the waste and mismanagement, the consultants and the bureaucracy to bring down the cost on our people and let people bring home more. But they need homes to bring it to. That's why we have a plan to build the homes, not the bureaucracy. That plan will require municipalities permit 15% more home building per year and permit high-density sky rises around every federally funded transit station as a condition of getting federal money. We're going to sell off 6,000 federal buildings and thousands of acres of federal land to build, build, build. We're going to get rid of the carbon tax to lower the cost of building materials. So we're going to bring these homes in safe neighborhoods. We'll bring in jail, not bail. Jail, not bail for repeat violent offenders. Repeat offenders will be ineligible for bail, parole, or house arrest. They will stay behind bars. We will secure our ports so that with scanners to peer into each of the shipping containers that go out in Montreal, Halifax, Vancouver, and Prince Rupert. These shipping containers contain stolen cars. Only 1% of containers are scanned right now. That's how the cars get out. By having high-powered scanners, we can interrupt those exports. So it's pretty simple, right? You have a shipping container. The manifest says that it's got, let's say it's got donuts in it. It says on there that this is a shipping container full of donuts. We have a new scanner. The scanner looks right through the metal and says, well, that actually doesn't look like donuts. It looks like a beamer. So maybe we should pull that container aside and we'll open it up. We'll take out the beamer and we'll look at the VIN number. We'll call the person whose name matches the VIN and we'll say, hi there, Mr. Smith in Brampton. We note that your beamer is in a shipping container. Were you planning to send it to Beirut? No, I wasn't. I was planning to drive it to work. Well, it went missing late last night and it was about to go to Beirut. We have it for you. We're going to give it back. And then check who ordered the shipping container and go up to that person's house and arrest them. This does not, is this complicated?
It's common sense.
Like, can you believe we're not already doing this? It's just so obvious. Yet, we're spending billions of dollars trying to get to confiscate guns from law-abiding, licensed, trained, and tested hunters and sport shooters. They've already been vetted by the RCMP. They're licensed people. The Trudeau government has spent $40 million trying to take their firearms away. They haven't been able to get a single one. Why not allow the sport shooters and hunters who we know are following the law and have a license keep their firearms and put the money into securing the border to stop illegal firearms from coming in? That's the common sense plan. Doesn't that make sense? That's what we're going to do. We're going to cut back on aid to dictators, terrorists, and multinational bureaucracies and put that money into rebuilding our military so that our troops can keep our country strong and free. We're going to renew strength, pride, and love of country based on the common sense of the common people united for our common home. Your home, my home, our home. Let's bring it home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pierre. So I have a list here of all the media outlets. I'm going to start with O'Hara Canada, please.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Always nice to see you. Isla Riviera Maya, Argentina, or Nicaragua better than Canada? More people are fleeing our country because, you mentioned it, because like the price is impossible, almost impossible to buy a home here in our home.
Yes. Look, obviously, Canada should be a better place to live than Nicaragua, but there are actually, as insane as it sounds, there are actually Canadians who are leaving to go to Nicaragua and other places in Latin America that they had never been, had never even, would probably not have been able to find on a map. But I did a video with a young lady from Cape Breton, and she just said, she sat down with her husband, and they did the math. They said, we will never, ever afford a home in Canada, and we need to leave. And they got on the computer, and they started Googling, and they did the math, and they said, why don't we try Nicaragua? I mean, I would never have thought of it. I mean, could you ever imagine 9 years ago someone leaving Canada to go to Nicaragua? Never, never, never. But when you bring in the same policies as the communist regimes in Latin America, you get the exact same results. I mean, look, Venezuela, where my wife comes from, was a very wealthy country. And what did they do? Communism. What are they now? The poorest country in the Americas. So we shouldn't take for granted that we're always going to be well off in Canada. Venezuela was richer than Canada before communism. So if we bring communist policies to Canada, you're going to have a communist outcome. And if you want to know what that looks like, check out Venezuela, Cuba, North Korea, and other similar places. It's a nightmare. And that's why we need to get rid of this wacko prime minister and replace him with a common sense conservative government that will axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Moving on to PTC Punjabi.
Yes.
I'm from PTC. My question is regarding the housing problem. CHMC has said that Canada needs 5.8 million houses to restore the housing affordability. Liberals say that they have that already in the budget to be focused on the housing and the fairness for the Canadians, which you disagree. Why do you disagree, and what's your plan?
Okay, I don't disagree. The math disagrees. They've promised they're going to build, so they promised they're going to double home building. Their own housing agency said since they made that promise, home building has gone down. And that it will go down next year and the year after that. Look at my exchange with Trudeau in the House of Commons last week. To get to 3.9 million, forget 5.9 million, to get to 3.9 million new homes by the scheduled deadline of 2031 that Trudeau promised, he needs to build 550,000 homes a year. I asked him 6 times in the House of Commons, are we going to build 550,000 homes this year? He wouldn't answer. Well, the truth is, he's on track right now to building about 200,000 homes. Not even half of what he's promised. It's not a matter of me disagreeing. It's a mathematical fact. He's not delivering. It's a mathematical fact that 9 years ago when I was housing minister, the average rent for a one-bedroom was $973. Now it's $2,000. Right? These are the facts. Has he spent a lot of money on housing programs? Yes. He spent $89 billion on housing affordability, and the result is that housing costs have doubled. The problem is he's putting the money into bureaucracy. Government bureaucrats don't build homes. Private sector builders do. Government bureaucrats are in the way. So we need to get the government bureaucracy out of the way and deliver fast, affordable permits to build the homes. 1/3 of the cost of every newly built home in Ontario is government permits and taxes. 1/3. That's more than we spend on the labor to build the home. So we're spending more on the bureaucrats who don't build anything than we do on the carpenters, framers, plumbers, and electricians who build. Isn't that insane? Like when you buy a house, do you not find it incredible? You have this beautiful house. And you say, well, where did the money, I'm buying the house for, now it's, say it's $1 million. What does the $1 million go to? You know, you break it down, lumber, materials. You think more money goes to people sitting in government offices than goes to the people swinging the hammers, fitting the pipes, framing the lumber. It doesn't make sense. We need to cut the bureaucracy. And that's why my common sense plan will require cities free up land, speed up permits, cut development charges and fees as a condition of getting federal funds. If they don't hit my targets, they won't get their money. And there'll be less of those bureaucrats in those corner offices. So if they beat the target, they'll get more money. We're going to pay our municipalities the way we pay realtors and builders for the number of homes. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on. Go Live TV, please.
Hi, my name is Giuliano Di Luca from Go Live TV.
Thank you.
And then you answered pretty much all of my questions. I'm very proud that we're going to make Canada great again. But my question for you is, we have a big issue when we come to safe. I came to this country 20 years ago because they tried to kidnap me and my family back home in Brazil. So I came to Canada because it used to be one of the safest countries in the world. And my kids being raised here, I was happy here. But unfortunately, we have the worst government ever, and they turn our lives really hard. You know, so I always pay my taxes. I own a broadcast television with 23 different languages. We broadcast to 28 countries. We work. But after pandemic and before pandemic, it's been hard for us media because Trudeau spent all the money with the massive media, and they forget the people who's really, you know, do the job out there. So, and regarding to the safe, you know, we have the lords of drugs, lords of, because they don't call mafias anymore, they call lords of drug dealers, and they shooting all over the place. Our kids not safe anymore. So, are we gonna have our guns? We're gonna have a right to have our handguns back on your government, or not?
Well, first of all, the government has not taken the handguns away. What he's basically done is said that professional sport shooters, retired military personnel, off-duty police officers, and others with advanced possession and acquisition licenses can't replace their parts or pass down their property to family members. And that has done precisely nothing to bring public safety. Gun crime is up over 100% under Justin Trudeau because he's going after the people with advanced licenses that are trained, tested, and RCMP vetted. Those people are not the criminals. What I want to do, instead of going after law-abiding people, is stop the illegal guns from coming in. Because all the crime in Canada is being done with smuggled firearms, mostly from the United States. So what we need to do is, as I said, scan the shipping containers. Spending $2 to $7 billion to go around buying guns from licensed owners is doing nothing. In fact, now he can't even figure out how to do that. He's now asking Canada Post if the mailman will go collect the guns. It's not a joke. He's actually sending mailmen. He asked Canada Post CEO, could you send the mailman out into the neighborhoods and knock on doors and ask people if they'll hand over their firearms? And Canada Post said, hell no, we're not doing that. It's crazy. It's not our job. But he spent $40 million on trying to buy guns from licensed owners. That money should be spent on scanners to scan the shipping containers and on border security to stop the smuggling at the border. And finally, we need mandatory prison times reinstated for gun criminals. Trudeau reduced the penalty for gun criminals, and now they go out on the street and shoot up the neighborhood again and again and again. Extortion. He lowered the penalty for extortion with a gun. Used to be a mandatory prison sentence of 5 years. He got rid of that. Let's punish the criminals, not the licensed, law-abiding, trained and tested firearms owners. Thank you.
Toronto 360 TV.
Thank you very much. My question is about the carbon tax and the other tax.
Okay.
You are reporting the party for the provincial government for the government support. On the other side, the country needs money to run the economy. What would be your practical tax plan to reduce the taxes, the taxpayer money will go back to the different balanced budget?
The irony is the carbon tax doesn't actually generate a lot of revenue because it destroys so much economic activity. The Parliamentary Budget Officer says it will reduce GDP by $18 billion this year because, for example, it hurts truckers. If you make it more expensive to transport goods, fewer goods are transported, fewer jobs are created, fewer people are paying taxes. Excessively high taxes strangle economic activity and lower our ability to fund programs. So lowering taxes on production and business can often generate the growth that pays for itself. But we're rolling back excessive government spending. We'll cap spending with a dollar-for-dollar law requiring we find $1 of savings for every new dollar of spending, cut the infrastructure bank, the ArriveCAN program, the $21 billion that we're now spending on outside consultants. And countless other examples of waste and mismanagement will be eliminated so that we can balance the budget to bring down interest rates, inflation, and income tax. Thank you.
Thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate, whether it be residential, commercial, or pre-construction, Arshad Bhatti and his team of professionals can help. We have guaranteed allocations in high-rise and low-rise pre-construction projects in and around the GTA. Call Arshad Bhatti at 416-300-5600. That's 416-300-5600 or register at arshadbhatti.com.
आपको दुबई या मिडल ईस्ट नुमा जेवरात की तलाश है तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिजवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा। या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
Change lives this Eid with your Qurbani. At Muslim Welfare Canada, we make sure your sacrifice truly matters. For a little more than $100, you can provide Qurbani meat to families in need. With over 30 years of experience, Muslim Welfare Canada has a trusted track record of fulfilling Qurbani and delivering aid where it's most needed. Donate today and make a difference. Visit mwcanada.org. Your Qurbani is their joy.
I was told to pay and get the money back from the cashier. Can I ever be good at finance management?
Successful leadership requires a strong foundation. My School is a unique concept to engage middle to high school students by providing them with leadership concepts and exercises from professional coaches and industry speakers to give expert advice and career counseling for future leaders. My School, the School of Leadership.
If you are looking for a reliable, professional, and affordable travel agency in your town, then your search is over. Global Travel and Tours is your personal travel partner. Our dedicated staff always ready to make your trip hassle-free, memorable, and cost-effective. We will assist you with hotel reservations, the transportation, visa assistance, and travel insurance. Please give us a call right now at 1-877-275-3555.
रोशन मुस्तकबिल और अपनों का साथ जन्नत से कम नहीं। आप भी कनाडा को अपना घर बना सकते हैं और अपनों को पास बुला सकते हैं। एक्सपीरियंस्ड एंड रेगुलेटेड इमिग्रेशन कंसल्टेंट शहबाज अकबर के साथ मास्टर ऑफ बिजनेस क्लास इमिग्रेशन, एक्सप्रेस एंट्री, स्किल क्लास इमिग्रेशन, रेफ्यूजी क्लेम्स एंड फैमिली स्पॉन्सरशिप्स। कॉल नाउ एट 416-855-9464. Green Star Immigration Solutions Canada.
पूरा मन का सपना मेरा भी अब घर है अपना, घर आपको अच्छा घर चाहिए।
Then let Talha Bhatti serve you the best. 647-295-7861. Reconstruction projects, residential and commercial properties. Special packages for first-time home buyers. A member of dedicated real estate professional team. Talha Bhatti. 647-295-7861.
घर आपको अच्छा घर चाहिए।
Then let Talha Bhatti serve you the best.
अपने प्यारों को बुलाइए कनाडा में बसाइए with ICC Immigration। मुस्तकबिल संवारे आसानी के साथ ICC के साथ।
ICC इमिग्रेशन की RD, MD और उनकी प्रोफेशनल टीम हेड ऑफिस मिसिसागा से आपको सर्व कर रही हैं। बिजनेस वीजा, स्टूडेंट वीजा, वर्क परमिट, स्पॉन्सरशिप या किसी भी अप्रूव कैटेगरी में आप अपने प्यारों को कनाडा बुलाना चाहते हैं तो अभी कॉल कर लें 905-461-2424।
ICC Immigration।
घर में सबकी हेल्थी लाइफ के लिए Greenish Natural Health, ग्रैंडपा, हस्बैंड, किड्स और वाइफ के लिए Greenish Natural Health। एक टैब दे इन्हें दिन भर की एनर्जी और पूरा दिन रखे इनको एक्टिव नेचुरली। Greenish Natural Health, healthy living for the whole family।
मज़ीद मालूमात के लिए विजिट करें अपनी करीबी फार्मेसी या हमारी वेबसाइट www.greenish.com।
Thinking of buying, selling or investing in real estate, whether it be residential, commercial or pre-construction, Arshad Bhatti and his team of professionals can help. We have guaranteed allocations in high-rise and low-rise pre-construction projects in and around the GTA. Call Arshad Bhatti at 416-300-5600. That's 416-300-5600 or register at arshadbhatti.com.
In this world, nothing is certain except death and taxes. But did you know that if you don't plan properly, your family can lose 25 to 50% of your hard-earned assets to taxes when you die? It doesn't have to be that way for you. For over 20 years, my team and I have been helping small business owners, corporate professionals, and wealthy families minimize their taxes and maximize their estates. Your planned future success is our passion. We look forward to helping you to maximize your financial life and legacy. Call me when you are ready.
Team Farhan, Mortgage Solutions designed for you. 15-year experience of mortgage services. Customized mortgage solutions as per your need. Commercial, residential, construction and agricultural mortgage. Our lowest mortgage rate.
Team Farhan को एक दफा खिदमत का जरूर मौका दीजिएगा. And this is my personal promise to you, you will not be disappointed.
At Team Farhan, we have a mortgage solution designed for you. 416-569-9294. TeamFarhan.com.
राहत बेकर्स एंड स्वीट्स 60 साल से आपके हसीन लम्हों में शामिल, खुशियों से भरे मीठे जायके, नफासत और क्वालिटी में सबसे बेहतर, खालिस अज्जा से तैयार करदा मिठाई, केक्स, बिस्किट्स एंड स्नैक्स, वही ऑथेंटिक जायका और क्वालिटी। पाकिस्तान से अब आपके शहर मिसिसागा में, कुछ मीठा कुछ नमकीन। राहत बेकर्स, आज ही विजिट कीजिए 3920 एग्लिंटन एवेन्यू वेस्ट, यूनिट 24, मिसिसागा। कॉल 905-820-1500 और विजिट rahatbakers.ca.
Welcome to Pan Am Blinds Limited. My name is Bobby, and I would like to introduce our very newest product. It is only with us with Pan Am Blinds in Improve. You can save your 85% energy. Please come to our store and see how many beautiful colors we do have and enjoy your comfort of life.
अगर आपको दुबई या मिडल ईस्ट नुमा जेवरात की तलाश है, तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिचवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा। या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
Are you planning on buying, selling, or investing in real estate and looking for a reliable real estate broker? Then look no further. Call Noma today. List your home and start packing. Honest, reliable, and a top negotiator. Give your attention to Noma. Over 10 years of Canadian real estate market experience. Invest in new construction projects with day one price. Call Noma Babur today at 647-962-0007.
The law professionals at TM Law, providing professional services in the GTA in the areas of civil litigation, criminal defense, family matters, and real estate. Serving the community in English, Punjabi, Hindi, and Urdu. For more information, call Tahir Majid, barrister and solicitor, at 647-838-4773, or you can visit tahirlaw.ca.
Managing your own business can be a lot of work. A professional accountant always makes a difference. It's imperative that your accountant keeps your finances simple, accurate, and confidential. Audited? Need help? That's why we chose Scans Accountants. They make you feel at ease knowing you and your business are in good hands. Scans Accountants, team of professionals.
If you are looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Z Auto Center for your foreign and domestic vehicles. Our certified